In this section, we will discuss a lot about CARs and CSRF, which are most common topics related to security and how Spring Security handles them. So before we jumping onto the CARs and CSRF discussion, let's try to set up our EazyBank UI application so that we can call that our application through a browser and we can establish a communication link between the front end and the back end. In the process, we will encounter the issues related to COS and CSRF and we'll see how to resolve them using Spring Security. I have attached the sample UI code and the sample installation and the steps that you need to follow to set up the UI project that I am going to discuss in the coming videos. These are the steps that we have to follow to set up the UI of the EazyBank application that I have attached to this video. The very first thing is, since this is an Angular based project, you should have a node installed in your system. For that, go to this URL and install the node.js as per your operating system. And once the installation is completed, you can check with the node.-v command, which will tell you what is the version right now installed in your system. Post that, using the npm command, which is a node command, we have to install the Angular CLI so that we can perform various commands related to the Angular project. After you install Angular CLI through this command npm install -z @angular/CLI, go to the Visual Code URL and install the Visual Code IDE in your system. So we'll use Visual Studio Code for our UI code, developing, running, for all those phases we'll use this IDE. After that, download the project that I have attached along with this video. Once you download, extract that, and this is how it looks. You can see there is a package.json file inside this UI project. This is very similar to our Maven. So just like how we have a Maven dependencies defined in the backend, the similar way we have package.json for all the Angular applications. Here we have all the dependencies declared. Navigate to this folder and run the command npm install. So this will install all the dependencies that you need to run this project by creating a folder called node_modules in the same folder. Once that is done, import the project using the Visual Studio Code. Once you import, this is how it looks, where you have an project bank app UI, and these are all the dependencies that has been installed when you run npm install, and you have all the source code which we will be discussing in the coming videos. Post that, open the terminal, navigate to the project bank app UI. Here you have to run the command ngserve, which will build and start the project in your system. So for that, I'm just running ngserve. So ngserve internally will use Angular CLI dependency. That's why we have installed Angular CLI also in the previous steps. If you are doing this very first time, it will take some time to compile and build your entire application. Please wait for the 100% to complete. But if you encounter any issues while setting up this workspace, please try to Google the issues that you have encountered, and if you're still not able to resolve them, please post your questions in the Q&A section. So now the Angular application is up and running. That's where we have received an 100% compiled successfully, and the application is serving at the port localhost 4200. We can validate by going to the URL localhost 4200, and this is the UI of this project. So let's try to understand what we have written inside this UI code on a high level. I know this course is not focusing on the Angular, but I just wanted to you understand the basic details of this UI project and how it is going to communicate to the backend server or backend REST services that we have built, and in between how we are going to implement Spring Security between them. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.